Hi, I'm here with Dr. Helen Warren from Alltech, and the reason is we've had a lot of questions about mycotoxin. Helen is an expert in this area, and I'm going to ask her some questions. So, hi, Helen. How are you?
Hi, David. Thank you for having me.
Pleasure. So, first question, what are mycotoxins?
So mycotoxins are what we call secondary metabolites, and these are compounds that are produced by fungi. And the role of these secondary metabolites is to protect the fungus. So the fungus tends to produce them in times of stress. They're very stable chemicals, which proves a bit of a problem because we can't really treat them with heat or acid or anything like that. And they're actually quite toxic to animals if they're ingested.
And where do mycotoxins come from? Where do we find them?
As I said, mycotoxins are produced by fungi, and fungi can be pretty much anywhere. But related to sort of horses and animals, we tend to find them, we can find them in the ground, on the ground, we can find them in feed, and we can find them in forage, so fresh pasture and hay and haylage. We can also find them on crops, so wheat, barley, etc. And we can also find them on straw as well, so not just in the grain but on the stems, which obviously provides a bit of an issue with bedding.
Okay, so pretty much anywhere in the horse's environment.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, and what sort of problems can mycotoxins cause?
So they cause a variety of different problems, but most of them are related to the immune system or the antioxidant system. So you would find what you would see from a horse perspective, from a sort of mild intoxication, is they go off their feed, they're maybe lethargic, a drop in performance that you can't explain by anything else. If you're having blood work done, quite often the liver enzymes are elevated. And there are more specific mycotoxin problems, like something called slobbers, which is from a toxin called slaframine. And that's quite easy to distinguish because the horse starts to slobber, it starts to salivate excessively. But most of the time, what you see with mycotoxins or mycotoxicosis is this sort of general apathy, drop in performance, can't really put your finger on it, nothing specific.
If you think you might have a mycotoxin problem in your yard, what can you do about this?
So the problem with mycotoxins is, as you've said, they're everywhere. We can't avoid contamination. What we can do if you suspect a problem with mycotoxins is, and if you haven't already, it's a good idea to get some blood work done to look at the liver enzymes. But what you can do is ideally you need to test your feed and forage, and if you're bedded on straw, it's a good idea to test the straw. And you can look for visible signs of mold as well, but that doesn't always indicate a mycotoxin problem. So the best way to truly diagnose whether you have an issue with mycotoxin is to get your forage and your bedding and your feed tested.
Brilliant. And we've teamed up with you to give an opportunity for 5 members to send in samples for mycotoxin testing. Now, the test range of tests that you do test for over 50 now, I think, different mycotoxins. Normally this would cost £225, but we're offering 5 of these tests free to members. So if you are a member and you want to be considered to take part in the trial, if you see below this video, you'll see a link, and you can fill in that pre-trial questionnaire, and then we'll select 5 members to get involved. And I'm sure when we've got the results, Helen, you'll help us interpret them.
Sure.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Please do take part. As I say, it's quite surprising how often mycotoxins do cause problems with horses. And again, surprisingly, it's one of the last things people often look for.